making the case for the Buffalo Bills drafting a first round wide receiver as well as not drafting a first round wide receiver. And I think we need to understand what the Buffalo Bills ultimately did, signing Curtis Samuel and also Mac Hollins. You really look at these players and these free agents that we brought in, as well as having Stephon Diggs, Khalil Shakir, and also Dalton Kincaid really is a passing target for Josh Allen. But Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, veterans, right, coming here to the Buffalo Bills. And I think really they have a leg up on this rookie. We all saw it last year with Dalton Kincaid. Buffalo Bills are drafting late, right? We're drafting 28th overall, 27, 26 overall, where we drafted Dalton Kincaid. I think we're late in the NFL draft. This is almost like a second round pick. And for us to assume that we're going to be landing a wide receiver that could just be a plug and play player at the 28th overall pick, I think it's kind of a stretch to assume that. I think there is going to be somewhat of a transitional period for this wide receiver that gets drafted at potentially 28th, and why I believe the Buffalo Bills might consider drafting one a little bit later. But Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, Stephon Diggs, that is who this wide receiver is going to be competing with for playing time too. So it's not like we just have this empty role on this team, this empty position that we draft a 28th overall wide receiver and that he's going to beat out one of these players and just be contributing a lot. We all hear Sean McDermott, Brandon Beane talking about bringing in players that can contribute immediately. So, you look at it, will this wide receiver be able to contribute immediately and make that big of an impact for the Buffalo Bills? And I think Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins will be making a bigger impact, especially in this first year, than this rookie wide receiver that we could select at 28th overall. But when you really look at it, Buffalo Bills, right? You have Stephon Diggs. And what has Stephon Diggs done the past couple of years, especially last year, is he subs himself out during games quite a bit. We see Stephon Diggs, really his snap count kind of started to dwindle late in the year. And I think that could very well be a philosophy for the Buffalo Bills in 2024, is maybe considering pacing Stephon Diggs at that wide receiver spot. Now, the facts are, when we take out Stephon Diggs, we're going to have Curtis Samuel and Mac Hollins, right? But I think if we had a dynamic wide receiver that we draft at 28th overall, subbing out Stephon Diggs, having a player like Curtis Samuel, having a player like a rookie first-round draft pick at 28th overall, Mac Hollins, Khalil Shakir, Dalton Kincaid, I think that is enough to keep defenses honest, even without Stephon Diggs. And I think the writing is on the wall. We're eventually going to have to transition away from Stephon Diggs. He's getting older, right? Stephon Diggs is still a great player. He's still a number one wide receiver. I hear everyone talking smack about that. But I think with Stephon Diggs potentially pacing himself throughout the 2024 season to keep him fresh for the playoffs, it would make sense to have another wide receiver that we draft at 28th overall. And knowing that this wide receiver is going to have some sort of transition to the NFL, getting some memorable moments on the field, not getting 100% of the snap count, kind of working in there with Stephon Diggs, with Curtis Samuel on the perimeter, maybe in the slot too. We just have to understand that 28th overall pick is not that high of a pick. And maybe the Bills would be better suited taking a different position in the first round. Consider taking a second round wide receiver. And yes, we are drafting late in the second round too, which is almost like a third round pick. Maybe the Bills do consider trading up early in the second round. Maybe the Bills do decide to trade up into the first round. But keep in mind, if we do trade up into the first round for a wide receiver, again, competing with Curtis Samuel, competing with Stephon Diggs, how much playing time is this player going to get in year one working in rotation? Is the value ultimately worth it? Yes, I get it. It's going to pay dividends later years to come, but we're really giving up other positions on this team that the Buffalo Bills would be better suited getting and solidifying, especially defensive end, defensive tackle, another safety, I think would definitely help us out. You got Edwards, we have Taylor Rapp, but another safety to come in there and really compete, especially at free safety, I think would be huge. You have to consider cornerback now too as well. I mean, Christian Benford, Rasul Douglas, Kyer Elam. Maybe the Bills consider bringing in another cornerback. And I think obviously Daquan Jones is back. Ed Oliver is there, but maybe another depth piece to Eli Inku. You know, we need some more pieces there. Von Miller's getting up in age. We lost out on Leonard Floyd. I mean, AJ Epinesa, Greg Rousseau. We definitely have some depth pieces there. Maybe the Bills consider even offensive line as well, too, right? To compete with David Edwards, who we're all assuming is going to be starting at left guard, but look what we did with Osiris Torrance. You know, it would be nice to find another Osiris Torrance at left guard and just have him be a plug and play too as well. You know, and I really think the Bills might be better suited not drafting a wide receiver at the 28th overall position and maybe taking someone else at that spot that would have a better value for the Buffalo Bills. But, you know, looking at it too, running back really shouldn't be out of the question here for the Bills either. I think the Bills definitely have Ty Johnson, James Cook, obviously solidified James Cook. But at running back, could you imagine at 28th overall, that would definitely be a surprise, offering that 1-2 punch for Bills Mafia. So really looking at it, we all know Dalton Kincaid, the cream of the crop. I think the Bills might be better off taking a player at 28th overall, like a safety, being the cream of the crop. We could get the best safety in this year's NFL draft at 28th overall, whereas we might get, the supposed 4th, 5th best wide receiver at the 28th overall spot. So we really need to keep this all in mind. Maybe if we just wait, we could still get that wide receiver early in the second round, mid in the second round, trading up in the second round, and also getting another position that the Bills ultimately need, you know. And again, Curtis Samuel, all the experience. Mac Hollins, all the experience. Khalil Shakir entering year 3. Stephon Diggs, all the experience. Yes, getting a little bit older. And this rookie wide receiver is going to be competing with that. Definitely working in a rotation year 1, giving him time to develop for the 2025 season. That's why the Bills are definitely going to be bringing in a wide receiver this year and grooming him for years to come. Is it worth a first-round pick? Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think the Bills would even consider drafting a wide receiver in the first round after these signings of Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, having all the players that we have? Would it be better to wait until the second, maybe third round to get this wide receiver, knowing that we're going to have to spend time grooming him throughout the 2024 season anyways? It's about contributing immediately to this team, filling all the holes on all the other positions, and who is going to contribute the most in 2024. But I appreciate you guys all so much. Hit like, subscribe for future content. Trying to release videos each and every single day. Check the BNC chicken wing merch, sizes small through 5XL. Also, Course Careers. If you guys are considering transitioning to a fully remote job in tech, we've had truck drivers transition, janitors transition to $80,000 remote jobs. So check out Course Careers. They have free introduction courses. You could even get $50 off the full paid course using my link below. Appreciate you guys. Hit like, subscribe, and go Bills.